In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a round-by-round strategy guide for the Easter egg. This is aimed to help maximize your game to complete everything you possibly can in each round and help you get to that boss fight more consistently and efficiently. I'll also be giving you a nice little tip to help you beat the boss fight a little easier now that the drill has been nerfed. For your loadout, you're going to want to rock the PU-21 LMG. The only attachment you really need is the suppressor, but if you have your gun leveled up, this is the best build. You are also going to need to have the akimbo attachment for your GS45 pistols. And make sure you set this to your zombie build before you enter in your game. When it comes to the rest of your loadout, you're going to want to use Frenzy Guard for your field upgrade and the Molotov for your lethal. Your tactical can use whatever you want, but I would recommend the decoy grenade. Now you're going to want to run these augments on Deadshot Daiquiri, equip these ones on Vulture Aid, these ones on Melee Macchiato, these ones on Frenzy Guard, and last but not least, equip these two on Ether Shroud. To start off your game, you're going to want to stay in the starting room till round 5. I personally turn on the Rampage Inducer to make this go by faster, but you do not have to. One thing you are going to need for this is round 5 bugs. When you get to round 5, if you do not get a bug round, I highly recommend restarting. Now you do not need to, but it just makes it to where you get enough points later in the round. Once you get to round 5, come over to the back of the spawn room and pick up this cheese. Now go directly to the left of the spawn room, prone by this flower box, and scare away the rat. Now exit to the door right next to the rat, and come up here next to Deadshot Daiquiri and pick up the lightning rod. Now walk into the shed and shoot the horseshoe off the top of the door frame. Now go and crank the cannon to open up the main gate and prone under both Elemental Pop and Melee Macchiato perk machines for a free 200 points.
What the fuck?
When you enter through the main gate, prone under Jug for another free 100 points, and go through the left path shown on screen. When you enter the Undercroft, come over here to the left of the couch and pick up the bottle. Now break this box and shoot the free bonus points behind the couch. Now if you haven't already, kill every bug and parasite in your round besides one. This should give you just enough points to open up the next door. If you still don't have enough, backtrack and prone under any perk machines you might have missed. In my game, I didn't prone under Melee Macchiato, I didn't prone under Stamina Up, and I also did not prone under Deadshot Daiquiri. And if you still need any extra points, you can go back to the spawn room and shoot the billiards table for an extra 100 points. Now you should have more than enough to open up this next door. Now shoot all 3 locks off the crate and get ready to kill the Doppelgast. I do use a Killjoy Gawagum in this, but you do not need to. It just makes it a whole lot easier and faster. Now once you kill the Doppelgast, pick up the crystal and put it in the portal to give you Pack-a-Punch. Now come to the back left of this room and put the cheese on the plate for the 1 rat. By only getting 1 of the 10 rats for this Easter egg, it gives you a higher chance of specifically getting a blue ether tool or a Pack-a-Punch tier 1 crystal. If you get either of those, put it on your LMG. On your way back up, pick up this bottle on the rack by Stamina Up, and then come to the courtyard with the 4 knights and pick up the last bottle in the back corner by this couch. Now we need points to open up the door so we can talk to Craft. To get these, go up the stairs and prone under Vulture Aid, and then go in prone under any miscellaneous perk machine you may not have proned under yet, and also make sure you do the billiards Easter egg in the spawn room. If for some reason you still don't have enough points to open up the door yet, you can go around the map breaking the boxes and hoping you get a parasite out of it to snag an extra 100 points or so. Once you get at least 1,750 points, open up the door in the courtyard with the 4 knights that leads to Craft. Make sure you open up this door specifically to get to Craft, because the door in the Pack-a-Punch room is 600 points more expensive. Now talk to Craft and wait for all of his dialogue to exhaust. Now make your way to the stamina up room, because we are going to gather our symbols to skip the page step. So however way you want, find a way to memorize these symbols, whether that's taking a picture of it, writing it down in the game chat, or writing it down on a piece of paper. Now the way you skip this step is by looking at the symbol on each piece of paper, which allows you to get the order of the traps without ever picking them up. Now here's a graph on screen showing you where each page location is correlated to the order of your traps. So coming to the back corner, my first symbol in my game was this full open eye. Going over to the beds, my second symbol is the open eye with eyelashes. Now going over to the couch, my third symbol is the eye with a cross, and then coming here to the hallway, my last symbol is the eye with the 8 prongs. Now me personally, I write these symbols for me down in game chat. Now here's another graph showing you all 6 symbols in the game. This shows you the difference between the actual 8-prong one and the 2 glowing ones that are there to deceive you. So make sure for when you're looking for your 8-pin eye symbol that it is not glowing, like that bottom left one. And just to go over it again, my order was circle, lashes, 4, and the 8 point. Now after you have gathered all your page symbols, come to the courtyard with the 4 knights and do this light beam step. If you're unfamiliar with the step, I would just show me doing it on screen. Basically you just shoot these rocks to line the beams up with the next rock till it gives you the ritual item.
The bigger one, the milestone numbers.
Obscurus Algilium is the name of the
there's 500 again.
Your former employer, Edward Richtofen, paid the syndicate a small fortune.
So it's just fully randomly like it's 100. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. Puzzles are cool.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do the full thing.
As you can see, these rocks can be a bit buggy, but after you get all the beams lined up, walk over to that little head statue and pick up the ritual item. Now place the ritual item on the ritual circle here and finish the ritual by filling souls with your gun. Once this is done, it will end the round, but that is okay. Now you should have enough points, but if you don't, it's okay. But at the beginning of round 6, buy Vulture Raid. Now make your way to the castle entrance and take the cannon back to spawn. This will shock you mid-air, shocking the horseshoe out of your inventory. But since we are here, we are going to make our way inside the diner, and if you did pick up all 3 bottles like I showed, then you will be able to start the Bartending Easter egg. If you have never done this before, zombies will start coming up to the bar, and you just have to look behind you and grab the drink that is correlated to the same color, and then give it to them. After you do this for a couple minutes, there will be no more zombie spawning, and if there's no more zombie spawning, just walk out from behind the bar, and you will be given PhD. And just so you are aware, that parasite or vermin that is left in your round that didn't come to the bar will be the last zombie in your round, so do not kill it quite yet. And before you leave this area, buy the GS45s off the wall. Now come to the castle entrance and craft till you have 3 Molotovs. Now with these Molotovs, come around the castle high walls and throw them at the wood to light it on fire. To make sure you don't miss the first one, position your cursor right on top of it. To make sure you don't miss the second, position your cursor at the top corner of the window. And to make sure you don't miss the third one, position your cursor right above it. Now this is going to spawn in a bunch of zombies and a doppelgast. Don't kill any of these zombies or the doppelgast and run down to spawn. On your way down to spawn, make sure you pick up the horseshoe that is located under the stormy cloud in the sky that was shocked out of your inventory earlier. Now grab the free insta-kill at the back of spawn and wait for all these zombies and the doppelgast to make it to you. Once they are all here, take down all the zombies, filling up the entire lightning ritual. And make sure you end the round if the ritual didn't do it for you. The doppelgast you killed from lighting the 4 bundles of wood on fire will drop an Ankh charm. Make sure you pick this up. Now make your way back up to the castle entrance and do the fire ritual. Once you are finished with the fire ritual, you should have enough points to pack a punch. So make your way down to the Pack-a-Punch room and Pack-a-Punch your GS45 pistols. Now make your way all the way back down to spawn and shoot into this sewer. When you shoot it at the right angle, a Raven will come out. Switch to your LMG and shoot the Raven, and this will drop your last ritual item. Go ahead and pick this up. Once you pick this up, make your way back to the Undercroft and now do your last ritual. When you finish the ritual, it should end the round. If it doesn't, then end it manually. Now without killing a zombie in round 8, go around the map and find the trap correlated to your first symbol. And make sure you buy Jug while you're running around the map here. When you find the trap correlated to your first symbol, activate the trap and get kills. After you get a very little amount of kills, the trap should turn off by itself, and that's how you know you have completed it correctly. And once you finish this, end the round. And now at the beginning of round 9, find your second trap and finish that one. And when you are finished with that, end the round. And at the beginning of round 10, do your third trap. But do not end the round. Just kill all the zombies till you have one left, and then wait for your night zombie to spawn in so you can get the stamp for your first sword. The first sword we'll be getting is the lightning sword, so pick it up and instantly come down to the dungeon. When in the dungeon while holding the lightning sword, a armored zombie will spawn in that has a lightning rod attached to his chest. Make sure you wait for the zombie to walk out of the barrier before you kill it so the lightning rod does not get stuck outside of the map. But once he is inside the map, just kill him and pick it up.
Are you related to Peck? That's what you get for splattering your slop nice.
Now come out to the castle entrance and put dead wire on your pistols. Now walk out to the left side by Speed Cola and shoot this electrical box on the wall. This will give you your third and final lightning rod. Now make sure you have one zombie left in your round before you do the next step. Now come up to the castle high wall and place the lightning rods in the pot. Now just train your zombie around, killing only the zombies with the purple eyes and the vermin that spawn in while you wait for your sword to be electrocuted. Once it gets electrocuted, hit the pot with the sword. Now you just have to repeat this 2 more times. Once you have hit the pot 3 times with an electrocuted sword, you will now be able to place the sword inside the pot, and this will give you the upgraded lightning sword. Now before we end the round, make your way back to spawn and melee the ritual box with your sword. This will give you the lightning incantation. Now end the round and at the beginning of round 11 by melee macchiato. Now find and complete the soul box for your last trap. After you do so, a symbol code will appear on this wall. We will come back to this later after we upgrade all 4 swords. But this will appear on the wall after you complete all 4 traps correctly. Now without ending the round, play until you get your second stamp. Now make your way back to the courtyard with the 4 knights and grab the Raven sword. Now come to like the hidden ritual room and look around for your antique. It will spawn somewhere in this room on one of the random shelves. There are like 5 different ones I think. But just hold interact across the entire room, you will eventually find it. My antique was on this table in the back. Now make your way back to spawn and go into the basement of the diner. Walk over to the weird circle on the wall and place the antique. After you place the antique, place the sword in the wall and then interact with it. Now you will need to type in a code. I'll put a graphic on screen and a link to the graphic in the description, which will show you what code is for each antique. Once you type in the correct code, a black hole will spawn on the ground and orbs will start coming out of the wall. I'd recommend just keeping 1 to 2 zombies and training them around while you lead these orbs into the black hole. After the black hole consumes 3 orbs, the location of it will switch to upstairs. Now you need to fill up 3 more orbs in this black hole. Then the location will switch 1 last time and will go up the stairs. Now just 3 more orbs and you're done. Once you finish, you will follow this pink orb all the way back down into the basement and it will go into the wall. Once it goes into the wall, interact with the sword. This will suck the sword into the void and then spit it back out, and you now have the upgraded Raven sword. Now make your way back to the Undercroft and melee the ritual box with the Raven sword. This will give you the dark incantation. Now end the round and you should get a bug round. Kill all the bugs and parasites besides one, and then wait for the night zombie to spawn in. This may take some time, but if you just wait around, the night zombie will eventually spawn in, even though it is a bug round. Now make sure you are careful when killing this night zombie, because in my game I did end the round by doing so. This isn't the end of the world, but this would allow you to complete the fire sword before the end of round 12. But if you ended the round like me, just quickly at the start of round 13, place the fire sword in the pedestal and finish it real quick. To do the fire sword, you have to retrieve 3 bowls of fire from across the map. The first bowl of fire is right behind you to the right when you first spawn into the entire game. The second bowl of fire is right outside the very left door of the spawn room by the Deadshot Daiquiri side. And the last bowl of fire is on the left side of the castle high wall by the cannon. After you retrieve all these bowls of fire and bring it back to the hilt, it will blow fire on the sword, giving you the upgraded fire sword. While you are retrieving these balls of fire, you will constantly be taking damage and you will not regen health. So make sure you do have Jug before you do this. But any zombie you kill while retrieving the fire will refill your health. Once you get the fire sword, come out here to the castle entrance and hit the ritual box with the fire sword, and this will give you the fire incantation. Now retrieve your last stamp and pick up the light sword. This will instantly start spawning in glowing bugs. Kill only one of these bugs and your sword will start glowing. Now come over here to the left side of the map by Speed Cola and hit this door with the glowing sword. A symbol should light up on it. Now repeat this process 3 more times. So kill glowing bug, hit the door, symbol lights up. After all 4 symbols are lit up, interact with the door and it will put you into a long hallway. At the end of the hallway will be a hilt, place the sword inside of it and it will start glowing. Now a bunch of symbols will start flying in the air. You now have to shoot the symbols in order and they will fly into the hilt. The order is on the front of the hilt, but just for your convenience, you have to shoot the circle with a dot first, then the snowflake, then the rocket ship looking one, and then the circle with a line through it. After you shoot all the symbols in order, they will fly into the hilt and you now have the upgraded light sword. Now that we have all 4 swords upgraded, we can go back to that code we were looking at earlier. Each symbol on this code is related to a sword. So the one at the top is the first one, the one at the right is your second, the one at the bottom is your third, and the one on the left is your fourth. That's the order you want to go in. So my order is light, raven, fire, lightning. Now what you want to do is come back to the 4 knight statues and go to the statue that is first in your order. Make sure you have the sword and the incantation related to that statue in your hand. Now you want to throw the incantation at the knight and instantly start inspecting your sword. When the animation is done, the knight will move its hands around and it will start glowing. Now do this to each knight in the order shown on the wall, and when you have all 4 knight statues glowing, an orb will spawn in. Now with this orb, it's going to be a challenge related to each element. So here I would recommend picking up the fire sword and then picking up the light incantation. For the first trial, you're going to want to pick up the orb and place it at the top of the stairs in the courtyard with the 4 knights. This is the light trial. And what's going to happen is a bunch of zombies are going to spawn in and a bunch of green orbs are going to spawn in around this courtyard. All you have to do is run through them. After you run through about 10 to 12 of them, the challenge will be over. So just kill the zombies, use the Frenzy Guard if you have to. We are going to be switching to Ether Shroud, so do not be skimped to use it. And once you get all the orbs collected and the trial will be over, a red blast will come out. Now after this trial, pause your game and switch to Ether Shroud. And then before you leave this area, pick up the Dark Incantation and make your way down to the Undercroft. Here we are going to do the Raven trial. So place the orb on the wall, and now you need to get kills with the dark incantation. You can use the 2 in your inventory now, and the 2 from the box sitting right there, and after all 4 incantations that should be enough to fill up the soul box. Once it's filled up, pick up the orb, and then make your way over here to pick up the lightning incantation, and then take the sewer fast travel back to spawn. While in spawn, you're going to place the orb on the wall right here, and then same thing. You have 2 lightning incantations in your inventory, and then 2 more on the box there, and after all 4, you should have more than enough to fill up the soul box.
Plan is, it'll be what it's gonna be.
Is the difference between a 1660 and 1660 super really that drastic?
No, do not buy a 1660.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm looking for.
It's like $50 extra, and you get like a little bit better performance. Like it's obviously better. Like if you have the money, you should definitely go with the super. But if you don't have the super, then it's not like you should buy a super.
I was just looking at this guy's benchmark video, and this guy's game's running good, but mine.
What processor does he have?
Broken. Like whenever you do the line augment upgrade.
Now make your way up to the castle entrance where we're going to do our last trial. Pick up the fire incantation over here at the ritual box and then start the trial. These 2 fire incantations should be enough to complete the soul box for this one, but just in case it isn't, that's why you have the fire sword. It is really easy to go down here, so make sure you are very careful. Do not die to fill up the soul box. Just, if you need to kill zombies if you're stuck in a corner, just use your sallies and then wait for more zombies to spawn in and use your sword. It's not the end of the world.
Make room, you run I'm coming through fire
You know
away,
what?
mate.
Isn't that my
Yeah, it's in the task manager.
Like I mean, with its augments, it's okay, but
Where is it?
You gotta go to performance. Now we're basically done. So now you just have to set up for the boss fight. If you were using any gobblegums during this run, then you can probably hop in right now. But if not, then you need to take the time to gather up points to get all the perks you need to get your LMG to tier 3 pack and legendary rarity, and your Mustang and Sally's to tier 3 pack purple rarity, and also to make sure you have a hand cannon going into the boss fight. And when it comes to perks, I would recommend having all the perks, as many perks as you can get. The only one I think that does not matter very much is Elemental Pop. Once you are fully set up, place the orb on this wall and it will open up a tomb. Inside this tomb will be a little guardian tube thingy you can pick up, and when you interact with it, a little ghost will spawn. After the ghost spawns, you will actually be able to pick it up, and then you have to bring it to spawn to go into the boss fight. Come to spawn and place the guardian key on the statue, and this will start the boss fight. And again, just to double check before you go into the boss fight, make sure you do purchase a hand cannon score streak. It makes this go by way faster.
It is clear that Strauss is not being entirely honest. I would advise you proceed with caution.
I hope you are prepared for what comes next. I doubt it will be pleasant.
Bro, can you moonwalk?
No.
You can't?
No, can you?
No. Why? Why would you want it? Why would you even ask me that? What it do, dick crew?
What I do, dick in my boo?
Oh.  。 don't give a fuck.
Now the strategy for this boss fight, while it still does take quite a bit, it makes it way faster than without doing it. Just take out the hand cannon and shoot off the pieces of armor, because currently right now of making this video, the hand cannon is the fastest way of breaking the armor. Once you break the armor piece, unload with your LMG until the flame goes out. And make sure that you never shoot the last bullet of your hand cannon out. This allows us to keep refilling ammo. No.
Whoa, look at this. This house in the field. Short's mouse comes in the.
Now to refill ammo, just pick up the lightning incantation and kill all the zombies with it. This gives you ammo because of that deadshot augment that replenishes your mag with critical kills. For some reason, the lightning incantation counts as critical kills, instantly refilling up your entire hand cannon. I then repeat the process. There's really not much else to the boss fight. All I can say is if he gets close, just slide away with PhD. Just try to keep your distance as much as possible. Take your time. This boss is more of a time game. There's really no fast way to do it anymore. Just keep breaking armor pieces with the hand cannon and then shooting it with the LMG and replenishing your hand cannon with the lightning incantation. I don't really have much more to say, but I'll keep the rest of this boss fight playing for you so you can watch if you need any more visual aid for it. Good luck. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this video helps. And if there's any other strategy in the future that comes out to make this boss fight any faster, I will link it in the description. So check the description. If there's no link, then this is still the, I wouldn't say fastest, but most efficient way. And if there is a link, then that is the best way to do the boss fight at that current time.
I'll make this look easy. But it's not. It's not at all. I hate it. I just want a beer.
Let it die, let it die.
Crawling.
Shit. That is one poke
Oh,
down.
shit.
Only total destruction will vanquish the golem.
If you snooze, then you lose. So I got jack shit from that essentially. This was here the entire time. You're crawling.
Head cannon. Rapid fire. Should keep this handy when the aircon's on the fritz.
Put a K on it.
Holy shit.
Drawing hand cannon.
Bro. Fuck.
You still stand. You have exceeded my expectations, but your stamina has limits. The Guardian cannot die. In all likelihood, you will fall short. As you always have.
Hand cannon's hot.
Holy shit. Oh, this shit. I hate this shit.
Sick. Look who's keeping up with you geezers. Stop looking at me like I'm bloody lame. I ain't your fucking Sango.
No! Put a K on it.
Fuck me sideways. Take this oversized dad and I'm down. Going for a little sneak.
I think this is the area where I stopped actually.
Ah! Pistol, I'm in hell.
I think there was like a bird or some shit like right there. I stopped. Well, shit.
Yo.
What?
Got lost across the fucking map with this.
Hand cannon. Rapid fire.
That's boss.
Pump up the jam. Pump it up.
That's right, lady. Get all out.
The Guardian is so more. More than earned your prize. Come, quickly. They are breaking down my cell door. Hurry!